Florence is known for its art, history, amazing food, and tiny doors that serve wine. Turns out this city has over 180 wine windows, and they're exactly what they sound like. Back in the 1500s, wealthy Florentines were allowed to sell wine straight from their homes. Each window is unique, most big enough just to fit a bottle, and turns out Florence had drive-thrus before fast food was even a thing. So we thought, what if we try to see as much as Florence as possible in just one day?
And we can't move on to the next landmark until we drink from the wine windows.
It's a race, it's a challenge, it's probably a bad idea.
Let the Florence wine window speed run begin.
All right, we're starting off our day going to Accademia to go see Big Dave. It was the first thing that was open this morning, and when we decided to do this challenge, this is the only ticket that was actually available. So, 8:30.
Dave.
We kind of woke up a little bit late, so we're just starting the day behind.
We were running.
It's gonna be a long day.
But we're gonna do it. We're gonna see all the sites on our list, and we're gonna hit up all the wine windows. And today is gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be the best day because we're not gonna fail.
We have arrived at the Galleria dell'Accademia. Founded in 1700s and best known as the home of one of Michelangelo's most recognizable sculptures, as well as some of his unfinished works. In case you were wondering, this is one of those places that you will need to pre-book tickets for. So let's head inside and see what all this museum has to show us.
Okay, so we made it to our first stop of this run. This is the Michelangelo's David statue. He actually made this whenever he was only 26 years old. Like, what were you doing whenever you're 26 years old? Not that.
I was definitely not doing that. I was corporate slaving. So this is arguably why all these people are here. This is the most famous sculpture in the world. It's David from the David and Goliath story, if you weren't familiar. They don't know if it depicts David before or after his victory versus Goliath, but you can see over his shoulder, we believe that it's his sling that he used to defeat Goliath. It's over 5 meters tall, and it's seriously impressive. The detail on it is just insane. Erin even said his belly button looks real. Kinda does. After admiring David, we made our way around the museum, which featured many works from abstract exhibitions, the Tree of Life, various paintings of the apostles, and Michelangelo's slave, all of which just have incredible detail. We also stumbled into a room full of sculptures and busts made from plaster that depict people like Machiavelli or Brunelleschi. We'll get to him later though. Erin seemed to enjoy this room the most.
Something that I really like about all the statues behind me is all the girls are like hunched over and they're not worried about being stick straight. I like that they have roles. It's body positivity and I really like it.
If you're an art lover, then this is definitely one of those stops that you won't want to miss. The more we walked around, the more we found. There was just so much history to uncover there. That was super cool to go inside of Accademia and see Michelangelo Giambologna. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that.
It was just really cool. The art was nice, but now we are heading to our first wine window.
Ooh. Starting off early. This is one of Florence's many wine windows. There's like over 200 in the city. Many are closed now, but the history behind these are quite fascinating. These used to be windows so that affluent families could avoid taxes and sell their surplus wine to people. Kind of like a side hustle nowadays. But they were also used during the bubonic plague because it's limited contact, so you could still sell wine even with all the diseases going around.
Each wine window is unique, meaning no two are the same, and they're only big enough to fit a bottle of wine.
Just like the art, food, and architecture, these windows are just as much a part of the rich history of Florence, which is why we are tying them into our tour of the city. So, now that the history lesson's over, let's check out our first wine window of the day.
You want red, you want white,
Spritz.
Prosecco,
Spritz.
Spritz. Can you get a spritz? Like that, Will. Yay!
I could have white wine.
Thank you.
And the alcohol is
Thank you. Woo! We're at our first wine window of the day. And Tappy, something like that. They gave us this lovely little map that has all the active wine windows, so now we know where to go. We have the key. We will not fail. So now that we're almost fueled up from stop number 1, we're about to go to our next stop, which is
Brunelleschi Dome?
I'm so excited about this place. I've done so much research. I mean, like, you'll just have to wait and hear like the story of how he got the job. He has 0 experience to build a dome in the first place. Like I've been thinking about this dome for weeks, like for this whole vacation. I'm so pumped.
Florence is all about safety. No experience, big dome. One spot down,
One glass down.
next spot up.
This is the Duomo. It took 140 years to complete, and where we're going next took 16 of those years.
While David may be the most popular statue in town, this is the most popular destination. This building is the Florence Cathedral, otherwise known as the Duomo. And that huge dome that sits on top is a marvel of engineering. As wide as half a football field, Brunelleschi's Dome is the largest brick dome in the world. And yeah, you already know we're going to the top.
So we are starting the ascent up to the dome, 463 steps. Let's go. So this dome took 16 years to complete, and the secret to success was actually the herringbone pattern. So the little diamond looks like an arrow pattern. We made it.
Oh, we made it halfway. We're inside of the dome still, so we still have a long ways to go. Story time about this dome. The guy that got the job to build this thing was actually hired off the street during a competition. They said, "Who can build the best dome?" And he said, "Well, I bet you I can make this egg stand up because you guys can't." So they tried and they couldn't make the egg stand up. So he cracked the bottom of the egg and then made it stand up. And that's how he got the job. This guy had no experience and built this thing that's been here for years. That's just a ridiculous story, if we're being fair.
Now we keep going up.
The herringbone.
So they used 4 million bricks. This is 10 stories tall and as wide as half a football field. So the lady came by and she said it's time to go, and she's pretty scary, so let's go.
How many bricks, Erin?
4 million.
Time for one?
What?
Time for one?
Time for our next wine window. Divin.
Boccone. The name of this shop?
Yes.
Divin Boccone.
Divin
Yeah.
Boccone.
Boccone. If you translate, divine bike.
Divine bike?
Yes.
Oh,
Where are we at?
divine bike.
So we made it to our second wine window of the day. We've got a little bottle of Chardonnay, which was 2 glasses. It's Divin Boccone, and he said after we get done, we can go down to his cellar, which is from 1,000 years ago, or from year 1000. I don't know, we're gonna find out more. It's like we're getting a free history lesson while we're touring the city. This is amazing. Cheers.
Secret cellar. Wow, that's so cool. Wow. You'd have no idea that this is under here. I mean, look at this. Look at this. How? I don't see a hair bone. I don't know how they did it. So the owner just came down here and he said that this cellar is from year 1100, which means that this cellar is almost 1,000 years old. That's insane.
That's
so
history right there, boys and girls. So we just went to our second wine window of the day, and man, that was super cool. We went in there and he was like, we only have small bottles. Here's 2 glasses. It was actually cheaper than the last one that we went to.
€8, and we had 2 glasses of wine for it.
Yeah, and then we were like sitting there about to drink, and he was like, "You want to come see my 1,000-year-old cellar?"
Yeah, and he gave me this cool little pouch
Pouch.
to put my wine bottle inside of if I wanted to like take it with me down the road. So I put my treasure map in here, my wine windows map, so I won't lose it. So now I got this and this souvenirs.
And now we're back to the hotel to make a quick uniform change. We'll be with you in just a moment. All right, we are back and in different clothes. So one thing you'll know about Florence is whenever you come here is some places do not let you come in if you don't have covered shoulders.
Your shoulders, your knees, even your toes. So we were respecting the culture earlier this morning, but it is 9,000 degrees. So we did all those activities this morning so that now we can be in cooler clothes for the afternoon.
And now we're off to the Old Town Hall. All right, so we made it to the Piazza della Signoria. This place is the old town square, and it's quite the happening place. If you forgot to buy your tickets to Accademia or they were sold out, there is an exact replica of David here. So you can actually see him without having to book your tickets there. But next up, we're gonna go see the statue of King Neptune. He's a lot bigger than David is, at least here. I think David was bigger at Accademia. Let's go see Neptune. So this is the Neptune fountain here in the main square. It was commissioned back in the 15th century. I'm getting sprayed by water right now. It was commissioned back in the 15th century to celebrate the gift of clean water and also to celebrate a marriage. There's so many details about this thing that I've had a little bit too much wine to discuss, but the best one is that he's riding a shell-shaped carriage. So not only are we at the Old Town Square, but one of the things to do here is the Loggia de Lanzia, which is an open-air museum with tons of sculptures like the one beside me. There's also Perseus with Medusa's head over there, and a couple of copies of sculptures that we saw in Accademia earlier today. This is really cool. If you want to do something free around Florence, this is probably the place to come because there's quite a bit to see.
Okay, so we're gonna break up Will's show and tell to tell you kind of more of what this place actually is. So this used to be an old palace, and then it became Florence's city town hall, and now it's a beautiful museum, and no lies there. It is absolutely gorgeous in here. The details on the columns are unreal. It's so pretty.
Cheers. All right, so we just hit our third wine window of the trip. Yeah, this is a lot. This is Asteria Belladonna. I guess this is the most popular one on Instagram, and you can kind of tell it's okay. It's honestly the worst one we've been to today. We've only been to 3, so yeah, you can tell the chick in the window is not looking forward to it. You order, and then you come, and then she, like 10 minutes later, she yells out what you actually got, so you don't get to actually pull through the window like the other 2 we went to. But cheers anyways, because wine in the streets is better than being at work. All right, now that we've had our wine at the third wine window, Erin was telling me I was a tad bit harsh on them. But
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit harsh. Sorry, it was really crowded and there was just a lot going on, so my apologies. But now that we're 3 glasses deep, we're gonna head back to the Duomo and we're gonna brave the crowds and go to the bell tower. More stairs.
More stairs, more people.
Well, at least we're in shorts.
At least we're in shorts.
Another part of the Duomo, Giotto's bell tower is a freestanding tower at around 85 meters tall and contains about 414 stairs. It offers amazing views of the Piazza del Duomo and the surrounding city once you reach the top, so we couldn't pass this one by. Just a heads up for when you visit, you will need tickets that are separate from the bell tower tickets, but also traditionally you need to cover your knees and shoulders when visiting any part of the Duomo, not just the church and the bell tower. We didn't know this at the time, but it does seem that those rules become a little bit more relaxed as the day goes on, as you will see from our experience.
So the history of the dome clearly makes it super cool. But if you're talking about experiences like climbing up the stairs, this one's way better because you get multiple stopping points and there's a lot more air. You can breathe, you can stop. On the other one, you're like single file, straight up, no brakes the whole way. By the time you get up there, you're just like, you know? But this is like, this is nice. This is nice.
Hey Erin,
Ah.
how was your walk up?
414 steps.
And we only did half.
Damn.
You see that? We were up there earlier today. And there's less people now.
YMCA.
What are you doing? So we made it to the top of Giotto's bell tower. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Been to so many countries the past couple of days. But 414 steps, it gives you pretty cool views of the city. You can walk all the way around it so you can just see different things like the super green over there, super green over there, city that way, and the dome that we were on earlier today. There's actually 12 bronze bells inside of this tower, which we can only see one on the way up, so I'm assuming they're kind of in between level 4 and the top level. But nonetheless, some super cool views up here and probably worth the 414 steps. Like Erin said, it was a lot easier than that thing. I think it's pretty cool.
But now that we've made it to the top of the tower, you know what that means. Wine window, wine window. Say it well. Wine window. Let's go.
All right, so after we got out of the bell tower,
Will went rogue.
I went rogue because
Will went rogue, and now we are -2 wine places, -2 wine windows, and so I'm over here with my map trying to keep us on task, and he's just running away.
I saw an opportunity. We bought the ticket that we bought. I'll explain this in just a minute when we get to our next destination. But the ticket we bought came with a whole bunch of like things, and they all had lines this morning. So we just didn't want to do them. And then as soon as we got out of the bell tower, no lines existed. And I was like, Aaron, we got to hit them now. So we hit like 3 things.
But that's not how the challenge works.
I know.
Guys, I tried. I really did.
But we are getting a wine now, so we'll see you in a minute.
We are. All right, guys. Bad news. We were looking for a wine window and we stumbled upon yet another one of the places on our list. That just shows you that there is history around every single corner in Florence. And now we are -3.
So like Erin said, we stumbled upon more history here in Florence. This is the Basilica del Santa Croce. It's famously known because this is the burial site of Michelangelo, Galileo Galilei, and Machiavelli. It's unfortunately closed now, or we would love to go in and see it, but it is still beautiful from the outside.
Alright guys, I got my pirate map back out. This is where we are now, which is this place. And they are lovely, super lovely people. And this place has more than just beer. I mean, more than just wine. This place has more than just wine. They have beer. So, this time we went to go film me taking the beers out, but instead, he's like, let me take a picture. Look! Took a picture of us from inside the wine window. Class A service. Class A. Love this place. Whatever this place is. The bottom of my treasure map. This is the one.
See here, we're making it up. We're only -2 now. Okay, now that we've made it to this is our fourth wine window of the day, I have had enough alcohol consumption for the day to tell a story that's slightly embarrassing. So, earlier today we made it to the Duomo, and in order to access that you need a ticket like this. Ticket. These tickets cost 30 euros if you buy them online in advance, which I didn't. And this is where the story comes in, or a good travel tip actually. Buy your tickets in advance. And your wife says, hey, this is what I want to do, buy my tickets. Probably do it 6 months ago. not the night before, because those tickets, like I said, are 30 euros, and I've ended up paying $200 for both of these tickets because I just never listened. It's because there are people that apparently buy up the tickets and then stand outside and sell them or sell them to third parties like Viator, which is where I got mine. Well, so it's slightly embarrassing, but I guess, you know, to each their own. It's a little bit of a hustle. It's slightly scammy, but idiots like me, I guess, just never learn. So if you want to go to the Duomo, they sell out about, I think it's like 60 days in advance at this current moment, so keep that in mind on your trip. We actually were able to get into Michelangelo to go see the statue of David and stuff the night before. I didn't have to pay extra for that one, thank goodness. But yeah, this is the... Yeah, buy your tickets whenever the wife says that's what I want to do. Heads up. Alright guys, we talked, and after the last wine window, we think we should probably call it.
We've decided we're gonna call it quits.
We're gonna be in negative 1,000 because there's so much history here. Like behind us is another thing, and the last wine window we tried to find around here was closed, and already like -2 or 3 right now. I just lost count. We've seen a lot today.
We've seen so much today. So from, you know, David to the egg, to the bell tower, to the city hall, and everything in between. This city is the city that just keeps on giving. We will absolutely be back.
Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this. It makes it not just like a random city tour, because we're just out here enjoying the wine windows. This is a different piece of the history here, but it beat us this time, but might be back one day.
If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and then until next
time.
I'm not Beyonce. Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Sometimes you gotta make your own path, Erin.
Do you just want to see me paint?